Hey guys, and welcome back to another Unfiltered Gamer board game, or I should say card game review. We're doing a double feature here on The Princess Bride. Two games by Sparkworks, I Hate to Kill You and A Battle of Wits. I Hate to Kill You is a two-player card game that plays about 5 to 10 minutes. It is a game of rolling dice, placing down face-down cards, and revealing them for unique effects, attempting to beat out your opponent. Whereas A Battle of Wits is a game of, I guess, deduction and basically chance, where you're going to be drinking from poisoned or non-poisoned goblets. The I Hate to Kill You is based on the famous scene where Inigo Montoya fights off against the Man in Black, and they're kind of this back and forth battle, I should say. But in this game, you actually can choose between a number of different duelists to play against each other, whereas A Battle of Wits is the Man in Black facing off against Vizzini, the Sicilian, trying to determine which cup is poison. Where in this game, though, you can play with 12 other characters in the game, up to 10 players, and there's a wide variety of the entire cast of The Princess Bride in both of these games. One is a bit of a luck-based choice game of poison, and the other is a dice chucker and card placement game. We'll talk about the setup for both of the games, we'll cover my review for them, and you guys can decide whether you want to pick them up or not. We're doing the basic setup quick for all these games because they're simple. The Princess Bride I Hate to Kill You is played with 2 players. Each player will select a character, will take that character's life card. The life card will have a life counter on it from 5, 4, 3, 2, and finally, 1, in which you will defeat that character, as well as a deck of cards with unique abilities and effects on the cards. You're also going to take the player's player reference card, which will symbolize all the different cards you have, as well as a little story, a little bit of flavor on the back regarding the character and who he is fighting. And so I have Fezzik and I have the Man in Black going up against each other, but there are different characters from the film that you can play as. The Count, you can play as the Prince, you can play as Inigo Montoya, and basically, if you're not playing with those characters, you'll just simply set aside their cards, their health counters, and their deck, and just have these out here. Once you've got your deck of cards, 2 of each colored dice, as well as your health counter and player reference, you're good. That's it. Now, when it comes to A Battle of Wits, this one's a little bit more complex. I'm going to be talking about the game with lower count players. So, because with more players, you get rid of certain cards and whatnot, but we'll just do the basic setup, okay? Each player chooses a character. There's a number of characters. The grandfather, the grandson, from the beginning of the film. This is the second printing. I believe both of these are second printings of the game, so they're going to come with more characters than the first printing. And so grandpa and grandson are both in this one. However, there's Fezzik, there's the albino, there's Prince Humperdinck, there's Vizzini, the Man in Black. You simply go to choose any character that you want, and alongside with their 7-card playing deck. And that character has his or her symbol on both the front and back side of the cards. And each of the cards should say 1 through 7 with either wine or poison on that number. Once you've got your character as well as your poison deck, then you're going to shuffle this Princess Bride deck here with the symbol of the yellow and red seal here. Shuffle this up and give each player one of these cards. The cards range between 1 and 9, and they're either going to be poison or they're going to be wine, and 2 of them have a unique special ability. So you'll get 1 random card from this deck, and you could either get a 1 or an 8 or a 9. Then you're going to get these numbered goblet cards. Base number of players playing the game is how many you set out on the field. I put 5 out for a 5-player game, but if you want to play up to 10, you can place all 5 extra cards out from A all the way to J. Setting aside the ones that you're not playing with, though, then you're going to take this little hourglass card, place it on the white side face up, and if you've got your deck of cards, plus your bonus card from the Princess Bride deck, and your character, as well as the number of cards for your goblets, you're ready to begin the game. Gameplay for both the games. We'll cover I Hate to Kill You first. I Hate to Kill You is a basic dice chucker. Each player is going to take their dice, they're going to roll their dice, and then they're going to play a card face down. The number of swords is basically how much damage you're going to deal to your opponent. So if I roll these dice here, and I've got 2, 4, 5, 6 swords, I have 6 damage. The other player would roll, they have 2, 3, 4, 5, they have 5. Each player is going to then play one of their cards face down from the deck, which will affect how the dice work. If you choose to, you can bluff, which is the 1, it'll do nothing. You can re-roll any number of your dice, re-roll one of your die. You can choose to re-roll an opponent's die, or discard an opponent's die that has a miss, swap an active discarded die, or return a die. Or you can swap active dice for discarded dice, which is really good, or return a discarded die to your hand. So these are all the abilities that you can choose to utilize. And each character kind of has different sets of abilities in their deck. If after revealing and checking the dice once again after revealing your cards, if you have less swords than your opponent, you are going to lose one of your die that has a sword on it, and you're also going to lose an HP. If you ever go to 1 die, you can't go any lower than that, and also, of course, if you drop down to 0 health, you will lose the match. It's a quick dice chucker. Roll your dice, drop your cards, reveal, see what happens, rinse and repeat until the duel is over. And, of course, select any number of different characters to fight against each other in a 2-player battle, one-on-one duel. A Battle of Wits, this is based off of the famous scene in The Princess Bride, probably the most famous. I mean, there's so many different famous scenes in that movie, but it's one where Vicini goes up against the Man in Black, and there's a cup of possibly poison and another cup of possibly poison. So one of them's poison and one of them's not, and they're like, okay, you drink which cup you want, and I'll mix them up, and you select, right? And so they're playing against each other, and basically what ends up happening, I'm not going to even spoil it for you. You should go and see The Princess Bride if you haven't watched it. But basically in this game, you're partaking in that same type of thing where there's a number of these cups out here, and based on the one that you bid the most for is which one you're going to have to drink from, and the top of the cup will determine whether it's poison or not. So everybody's going to get a turn. On their turn, they're going to have their cards in hand, as well as one random card from the princess deck, and they're going to select to play their cards either on the top of one of the goblets or on the bottom. And it says contents on top and bids on the bottom. And you can select either one, you'll place them face down. So if I have this 6 value grape card, that's wine, I can play it on the top to make sure that there's more wine than poison in this cup, or I can play it on the bottom as a bid of 6 to make sure that I'm able to drink from this cup at the end of the game. And you'll get to choose. If you place poison or wine at the top, that will either push it from one way to the other way. More poison than wine, the cup is poisoned. More wine than poison, the cup is wine. Whoever has the highest amount of bid totals based on their card symbol at the bottom of a cup is who drinks from that cup. And of course, if you're playing with the fancy Princess Bride card, this can only be played as either poison or played as wine. There are some exceptions to this rule. There are a 7 or an 8 and a 9 card in this deck that instead you can do their special ability, whether it's to completely add to poison for the 9 or place this card in front of you to give you a sort of benefit. And then I believe 8 also has one as well. Yeah, so there's 2 unique special abilities on the cards for the Princess Bride deck if you happen to get them. Then you can add them kind of face up in front of you as opposed to placing them in a cup. And the way it works is everybody plays a card. When it gets to the first player, you'll flip over this time card here, and then you'll do it again. And after it gets back around, you will reveal the basically the lowest played cards for each of the glasses. And you will rinse and repeat this until players have played a number of rounds. Then, after the rounds are over, you will flip over all the cards to determine A, who drinks from what goblet, and B, which ones are poison, which ones aren't. And basically the players who drank poison are the losers, and the ones who didn't are the winners of the game. That's the Princess Bride, A Battle of Wits, and I Hate to Kill You. 2 different unique little games, both in the same universe. Okay, so let's go over A Battle of Wits first, and then we will cover I Hate to Kill You. Like I said, this is the second printing of both games, which now includes additional characters for both of these games. The Battle of Wits is going to include the grandpa and the grandson, and each of the character art is going to be from the movie The Princess Bride. And you are going to be playing with each of these different unique characters, and each of the cards are going to have their own unique type of flavor text associated with the movie. Most of them, I think they're all the same flavor text and they're not associated with the specific characters for the deck, but you will get the unique character and be able to utilize them in the game. The cups here are based off of the movie as well. It's the poison grails, and your objective in this game is to simply choose the right cup. At the end of the day, all you care about is not getting poisoned. How do you do that? I don't know. This is a huge game of luck. There is some mitigation based on the cards that you have in hand, and obviously that also is involving a little bit of luck, as well as what cards you get from this deck here. If you have a 1 from this deck as opposed to a 9 or an 8, you're going to be in a lot more trouble than another player. Additionally, of course, your bids will make a difference, but playing higher cards for a higher bid means you get less knowledge on the contents, meaning somebody can choose to poison you based on what they think you're going to bid on. Now, of course, you can play a lot of bids specifically, and less wine and poison, to try and kerfuddle the other players in the game, and there is some strategy to doing certain things in the game to either A, making sure you poison somebody else, or B, making sure that nobody knows what your bid is for which wine glass and what your highest bids are. And at the end of the day, it's a game of luck, a game of chance, and a game of a little bit of strategy here and there as to what glasses you get. Now, this is primarily what the game is. Playing with more players does not present with more strategy. Less players equates to more strategy in the game. The lower amount, the more you can kind of guess what players are trying to do based on when they play the cards. But when you get into like this 8, 9, 10 player game, you're not going to know what the heck's going on. You're just basically dropping things down and hoping for the best. It's not like the worst type of a game. It's a game that's really good for kind of like a person who's really into The Princess Bride and likes to just reenact what's going on with the movie or hoping to get the unpoisoned cup. This is a game I'd play with my younger cousins or, people in that kind of age range, people who are either A, very interested in The Princess Bride, or B, don't want to think too much about a game and just kind of drop things down. For me, this one's kind of a stinker. There's not a whole lot of strategy to it. You're going to have a lot of luck based on the card that you get and where you place cards and where other people place cards. I don't think I've ever not drank from a poison cup in this game, and I've never known why or how I could have changed to get better. Like with games, the more you play, the more like thought you can put into it each round, feeling like you get better and better. This one's not really like that. You're just kind of rolling the dice per se. And based on how well you know your friends, how much you think they're trying to screw you over or somebody else over, you have little hints here and there of it. It's not like the worst game ever. It is a fun game for certain people. In different groups I played this with, certain people like this obviously more than others, and of course, the Princess Bride theme is here. The cards have beautiful artwork, and the stylization of the game is great. I love the box and the cover, and it's stylish. I'll keep this game, actually. I'm gonna keep this game just because I really, really like the Princess Bride. My wife loves the Princess Bride. It's an easy game to teach and drop down. It's a very casual, like group-friendly style game if you don't want to have to think about things too much and just drop cards on the table. But as far as extra strategy and stuff, nah, not in here. And then we come to I Hate to Kill You. This is a dice chucker, first and foremost. You take 2 of each colored die. The die have different values on them. Obviously, you want to keep the better dice. Yellow are less good than the red, which are better than the orange. And rolling the dice, checking the number, playing the card, and hoping that your card changes the outcome of the battle, or you're able to bluff your way to victory. And of course, less die as you take more damage can equate to some nastiness happening. I kind of don't know if I love or hate the removal of dice. It's not the worst because you have cards that can mitigate that and change things up and actually give you kind of a benefit, but it's a feel-bad moment. Suffice to say, this is a good game. I like this game. It's a cool dice chucker. It is a interesting. It's a simplistic dueler, right? It's got chucking dice, see who gets the higher number, most basic thing in the world, and then you throw on the little added benefit of control that you have, which is the cards at your disposal. And each character has their own unique style of cards and how they can utilize. Now, I don't know if they're balanced or not. It's really hard to determine that. You need to have some type of mathematician to determine how balanced each of these guys are, but it doesn't matter. I've enjoyed playing this. I've enjoyed playing with each of the characters, and I've won, I've lost, we've had some close, intense moments, and the flipping of the cards feels good. It feels good to like change the way the battle takes place with each of the different characters and each of the different cards, and it's a simple game. If you drop a card and you're upset about that drop, it doesn't matter. You're playing this game, it's 5 to 10 minutes. Just play again. Do another duel, choose a new character, pick a deck that you enjoy playing with, and kind of, this is like a small dice throne type of game. It's dice throne, light. That's what Princess Bride I Hate to Kill You is. If I had to choose between one of these two, definitely I Hate to Kill You is a strong game. It works well. It makes sense. The chucking feels good. The artwork is just like the other game here as well. Beautiful artwork from the movie, and it works with the scene as well as a beautiful game board or game box and the style and quality. Everything here has got nice. All the quality for all this is great. It's a simplistic card games, as well as, of course, basic style dice, but these are etched dice with color. It's nice. Yeah, overall, I really enjoyed this game. This is going to get a seal of approval for Princess Bride fans. If you're a Princess Bride fan and you're looking for a Princess Bride game, you want to play with your husband or wife or partner or whatever, this is the one I would suggest picking up. This is a good game for groups of people who enjoy the Princess Bride that you're just kind of chucking dice, or chucking dice, placing cards down and praying for the best while, I don't know, at a party or whatever. But either way, both these games, I can see an audience for them. However, this one is not for me, and this one is. Thank you guys for watching another Unfiltered Gamer board game review for A Battle of Wits and I Hate to Kill You. If you're interested in either of these, you can go ahead and hit the Sparkworks website. I'll go ahead and send you a link down below in the description where you can go ahead and check these games out to Princess Bride games, which is cool. I didn't actually know. I guess these are older games with new reprints. I didn't know they had Princess Bride games until I got a peek at these, and I thought that was cool. My wife get a chance to try these out because it's probably one of her, if not her favorite movie of all time, and two of my friends' favorite movies. And a lot of people like Princess Bride. So maybe I Hate to Kill You is gonna be something for you and like your partner to play with. I know it is for me and my wife, although I lose mostly with her. She somehow has either A, better luck, or better strategy skills at playing a singular card. I don't know, I can't tell you this time. Oh, we have a live stream every Sunday at 7:30 p.m. PST where we play games, and we'll probably play at least this one. We'll do a 2-player live stream with me and my wife. We'll show you a bunch of our favorite 2-player games, and we'll chuck in I Hate to Kill You as well, because she loves the Princess Bride. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I hate to kill you next time.